Hi everyone, and welcome to Dodo Bird Drawing. In today's Drawing an Extinct Animal video, I'm going to be drawing a Glyptodont. So without any further ado, let's roll the intro and let's get started. So I have my reference images all pulled up, and I'm starting with the basic sketch, which I'll admittedly be scrolling through the reference images because it's a Google search. So after getting the shell in, I then start on working on I did the tail as well. I start on working on the feet. And this is where I should admit that Glyptodont is not a species, it's a subfamily, which I admittedly had to Google, as I thought it may have been a genus instead, but it's a subfamily. So the reason I mention that is because there's going to be a lot more variation in terms of what this looks like than if I was drawing a specific animal, just because a subfamily is a lot wider than a species, especially, or even a genus. So therefore, there's going to be a lot more variation, so I'll end up changing how my drawing looks quite a few times throughout the drawing, just kind of get something I think looks generally good, and also matching more of the different species of Glyptodont. Like, generally getting to a specific one, but also kind of, I think it might be a grab bag of traits from various reference images I saw. I don't know. Think of this as just like generic Glyptodont in terms of what it's looking at. It's not any specific one, but it's kind of just a grab bag. I guess that'd be the best way to put this. I guess. So I have the feet and legs drawn in, and then I have the head, which I don't really like how it looks initially, so I redrew it, and then I redrew a bunch of the shell as well to help match it, and then I redrew the top of the shell as well to help proportions a bit more. I then work on the head, which takes me a while to get something I'm happy with, but then I get something I'm okay with briefly. So then I get the head plated and the ears, and then I move on to redrawing the head because I don't like how it looks until I finally get something that I'm at least okay with right there. Okay, so at this point I begin coloring in the Glyptodont, beginning with the head of the Glyptodont. I end up settling on coloring in the head and the legs this kind of orangish brown color. That's at least similar to a few of the reference images I saw. Again, there was a lot of variation in terms of what I saw, but ultimately what I ended up going with ended up working well with the tan I picked for the shell. I then add in the shading line around where the shell would be, as well as near the neck, and then I add in some lines for where the ears are. Speaking of the ears, I then color in the ears, get some shading in, and then I color in the ear. I believe I then get the head plate. I do. There's like this head plate thing, so I color in the head plate. I then move on to coloring in the leg. And originally my pen is way too small to color it in, so I make it bigger. I then color in the toes, which may not be the most accurate in the world. One thing seemed to have them be longer, another thing didn't. It's what happens when I'm trying to draw a generic thing for an entire subfamily with one drawing. So that in hindsight, maybe I should have gone for a specific type of Glyptodont, potentially. But it's what I drew. So I color in the back leg, and then color in that first toe, and then I color in the other toe like so. I then draw in a bit more there, and then I color in the shell with this tan color that I previously used on the head plate. It takes me a bit to make it so it doesn't bleed over onto the legs, but I finally get it to be somewhat okay with their existence. It takes a while, but I get there. Um, so then I move on to coloring in the tail with a darker tan. I then remove the sketch layer and begin smoothing out early because I know that something is coming that's going to take a very, 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 very long time. And so I decided to do the smoothing first because it'll make the thing I have to do at the end a lot easier to do. So I just do some very quick smoothing work, do I add in the shading lines yet? No, I do not. I then do a bit more just to add a bit more to the tail just to make sure it all is flush with how the drawing was going. Some stuff like there, and then I go up like so, all the way through there, and then I go over there, and then I go through there, and then I go through there. there. And then I start doing some dividing lines in, going like that, adding a bit more just because some of it got drawn over a bit. I then add in some stuff there, admittedly forgetting, no, I have it in there. How did I get rid of it? Oh, I think I might have accidentally undone it, because it wasn't there, because that was one of the tweaks I made not during recording, was fixing that. So I guess I must have just accidentally undone it at some point, probably just a bit ago. So then I draw in a bit of the scales on the bit of the tail that we can see in the drawing, which preludes what the painful thing that I'm going to have to do is, and I draw in some of those scales on the head plate, and then I draw in the eye, my normal electric blue for these extinct animal drawings, add little light glint, and then draw in the smile and little nostril. I then begin soon one of the hardest and longest things I've had to do for one of the extinct animal drawings. So I start off by drawing like some rim plates on the shell of the Glyptodont. Just some simple designs around the rim, just to show that, there's stuff there, all fine and good. However, we soon begin something I sped up significantly. So apparently, due to the fact that I sped up that section where I drew in all the circles, it made the audio not work, at least from what I had. So I ultimately decided just to record a bit of an ending bit and just have dead silence during that part. So if you're wondering why there was dead silence for the last minute, that was why. So I do a few more tweaks on screen and then a few more tweaks off screen, and so then we have my drawing of a Glyptodont. What do you think of my drawing? Let me know in the comments down below. What extinct animals do you want me to draw in the future? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!